If you'd like to ask a question, please press 1. Your request has been received.
Again, one of the questions I wanted to ask you actually earlier was, you've been in every organization, and you've succeeded in every organization. You've done extremely well, and I've been a big fan of your work for many, many years. With all that being said, there are a lot of young, up-and-coming wrestlers, and the new locker room that you're in is a diverse one. Excuse me. So, what do you have to say to, or what kind of let's just say, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank. What do you have to say to the young talent that's coming up right now? And what kind of, I'm drawing a blank, Johnny, but I think you have an idea of what I'm asking you.
Yeah. Advice?
Yeah, that's the word, exactly. What kind of advice unbelievable, what kind of advice do you want to give to the young talent that not only are you working with, but the talent that may be listening to this, or the talent that may be coming up in the future?
Man, to the young talent that are coming up in the future, really, I mean, I used to hate it when people say this when I was a young talent coming up, but the young talent is the future of the business, and not going to be on my shoulders forever. At some point, it's going to be on the Desmond Xavier, the Ricochet, the Shane Strickland, solely on their shoulders, and they'll be passing down knowledge to the generation that's after them. But to young talent, I think the best advice for me is a couple things. Wrestling is a crazy business, and it drives a lot of people nuts because there's such a lack of control. So learning to not worry about things you can't control and only worry about things that are within your ability to control is one of the most important first lessons to learn. There's a lot you can control, though. Your in-ring ability, your physique, your promos, how you look, how you walk, how you talk. That's your job. You need to get as good at all of those things as possible. The things you can't control depend on maybe who's running creative, somebody's uncle, like a famous wrestler. Do they know somebody, or someone can save a truckload of tapes from burning down, and now they're employed for life? There's things like that are out of your control that you can't worry about. But ultimately, like Macho Man used to say, the cream of the crop rises to the top, because in this business, people want to put their name on the most talented talent. So being your best at every aspect of being a pro wrestler ultimately is going to result in you going the furthest in the business.
Hi, Johnny. It's Ryan from thegorillaposition.com. Just wanted to ask you, you mentioned your background in film in college, and of course we know about your experience in Hollywood. Is there any chance that you'd want to get in production or creative in the wrestling business by chance? Thanks.
I've thought about it. I've thought about that several times. And at some point, conceivably, yes. Because I like variety, though. Currently, it feels like it's a lot of the stuff that I think of when I'm not wrestling is, for some reason, I think of like feature films. They're usually action comedies, and instead of trying to like fight that instinct, usually I just write what I'm thinking of, especially because I enjoy it. I think if you don't enjoy writing, it comes out when you're reading someone's stuff back. Also, anybody in the wrestling industry is involved somewhat in creative. I'm not necessarily like in the creative department on any of the shows that I'm working for currently, but if I have ideas, I can talk to Scott
now ask your question.
Jim Varslow, MyMural.com. Do you think Hollywood's attitude toward pro wrestlers has changed over the years because of the success of someone like The Rock in the industry?
Definitely. I think wrestling right now is hot. Like, wrestling is a hot industry worldwide right now. And yeah, that's partly due to The Rock. I mean, he was on the cover of GQ, right? The highest paid, or Forbes, highest paid actor in Hollywood. But not only that, like, one of the most prolific actor producers alive today. That dude is everywhere. He busts his ass. And because of that, he's got the respect of the entertainment community as well as the professional wrestling community, and broken into just pop culture in general. So, because he's hot, I mean, you got Dave Bautista, who's become an A-list actor. The stuff that he's done in Guardians, which is really, for me, was really cool to watch, because it reminded me of